The sun was beginning to dip below the horizon, casting long shadows across the forest floor. The air was crisp, and a quiet stillness hung over the landscape. It was the perfect time for hunting, and Lyra, the young lynx, knew it well. She had been tracking her prey for hours, her instincts sharp, her body poised for action. The rabbit she had been following was just ahead, unaware of the danger lurking in the underbrush. Lyra was a skilled hunter, her sleek fur blending seamlessly into the woodland surroundings, her eyes trained on her target. She moved silently, her paws barely making a sound against the forest floor as she closed in on the unsuspecting rabbit. The small creature hopped along, nibbling on the tender shoots of grass, completely oblivious to the predator's approach. Lyra's muscles tensed. She was just a few feet away now, and with one swift leap, the hunt would be over. But as she crouched down, preparing to spring forward, something caught her attention. A strange rustling in the bushes just beyond the rabbit. It was subtle, almost imperceptible, but Lyra's keen senses immediately picked it up. She paused, her body frozen in place, as her amber eyes flicked to the source of the sound. To her surprise, what emerged from the underbrush wasn't another predator or even another animal. It was a small, scruffy, and quite clearly exhausted puppy. The little dog, no more than a few months old, stumbled out into the clearing, its fur tangled and dirty, its body shaking from the cold. The rabbit, completely unaware of the chaos about to unfold, paused and sniffed the air, still unaware of its two potential threats. But the puppy was a far more immediate concern to Lyra. In that moment, the lynx hesitated. She had never encountered a dog before, and instinct told her that dogs were not something to be trifled with. But the puppy was small, vulnerable, and confused. It looked lost, its eyes wide with fear as it glanced nervously between the lynx and the rabbit. Lyra, still crouched low and ready to pounce, found herself torn. She had never been one to show mercy to her prey, but this puppy was different. There was something in its eyes, something that seemed to speak of a past far removed from the wild, a past that didn't belong in the unforgiving forest. For a moment, she lowered her gaze, her instincts pulling her away from the hunt. Then, in a sudden burst of movement, the puppy yelped, bounding straight toward the rabbit in an attempt to play. The rabbit, startled by the sudden approach of the puppy, dashed off into the underbrush, its escape secured. Lyra stood there for a moment, stunned. The hunt was over before it had even begun. The puppy, now blissfully unaware of the chaos it had caused, barked excitedly as it trotted in circles around the lynx, wagging its tail. Lyra blinked, a mix of confusion and curiosity washing over her. The puppy's energy was infectious, its innocence starkly different from the harsh realities of the wild. Lyra took a cautious step back, her instincts still on high alert, but there was no hostility in her actions, just a quiet wariness. For the first time, Lyra realized that she wasn't the only one trying to survive in this forest. The puppy was lost, just like many of the animals she encountered, but it lacked the sharp survival instincts that she had developed over her lifetime. It was vulnerable, alone in a place where the strongest often survived. The lynx, with a final glance at the puppy, turned and disappeared into the trees, her hunger forgotten. She had come for a meal, but in the face of this unexpected encounter, the hunt had lost its appeal. As Lyra vanished into the forest, the little puppy remained, sitting in the clearing, still unsure of its surroundings but safe for now. The unlikely encounter had changed the course of the hunt and, in some strange way, had brought the lynx face to face with a side of the wild she had never considered. The forest was full of surprises, and that night, it had reminded Lyra that survival wasn't always about following the rules of the hunt. It was sometimes about recognizing when mercy had a place in the wild. And as for the puppy, it wandered off into the forest, unaware that it had just made an unexpected friend. One that might have spared its life for reasons that would never be understood. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe for more interesting videos, like and share this video. Have a nice day.